I didn't even know that I probably needed somebody to talk to. You know, back then, nobody wasn't talking about no mental health and getting counseling and all that. You just sucked it up and, you know, put your best foot forward. But even with things like, let's just use football for an example. I guess I'm always revert back to that because it took up a large part of my life and it taught me a lot of lessons. But even in football, like, when I say man, I was always the best. I don't feel like I actually got to show my full self because, like, half of my mind was divided. Like, you know, when I first got there, it made a big splash. Like, so much so that they found enough value in me to take me off of JV and put me on varsity as a freshman. Shout out to Trevor T. Smooth. He was the first. And we had that debate. I thought I was, but actually, no, he was. They used to call him up. But, yeah, I was one of the first freshmen to get called up to varsity. And back then, I meant something. No disrespect to the team now, but I'm just saying back then, even more so, because our team was loaded. So that just happened. But then somewhere along the lines, I guess when reality set in a little more, or subconsciously it did, I just began to overthink things and, you know, constantly be daydreaming, or my mind just can't fully escape what I'm about to see when I go home. You know, a lot of times people would say things to me that normally, like, if, from what I remember, the best versions of me prior up to that, like, I would have been all over, but you kind of get passive over time because you're way more mature. Your mind's not even there. Like, oh, this is high school. This is what we're doing. This is supposed to be like a pissing contest, whatever. Like, you're actually competing with me. You think I'm threatening. Like, I didn't, like, the high school stuff, I wasn't even there. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, whatever. And that carries over because there's nothing wrong with what, I'll even say that. When you're not concerned about your mother living, you have the space to just be a teenager, a child.